Well, the Trump administration plans to repeal Biden-era AI chip export rules. These regulations cap chip shipments to key American trade partners in order to prevent smuggling to China. They also restricted American companies from expanding AI data centers overseas. Now, enterprise architectures are evolving, driven by advancements in quantum computing as well as AI-powered integration platforms. AI is transforming how enterprise systems collaborate with new integration platforms using machine learning to make smarter decisions, automate tasks, and also identify issues before they become problems. And as businesses move beyond the buzz around Gen AI models, focuses on intelligent agents as well as digital twins and advanced simulations. So how will AI systems do more than create just content and make smart decisions as well as earn trust and have a real impact across industries? Well, joining me here at the New York Stock Exchange is Sarbjeet Johal, who's the founder and CEO of StackPaying. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me here.
Well, first and foremost, we have to keep in mind that it is earnings season, and we have heard from most of the Mag 7 that there's still a lot going on, given that there's a new administration in the White House as well. So when we're taking a step back and you're looking at these big names here, what's the key takeaway and how do you stay competitive?
I think the key takeaway is that what plans were already in place for buyers to buy their technology, that continued. So the quarters were good for 4 of the Mag 7, which I sort of focus on. That's Amazon, that's Meta, actually, because they have the AI models now, and for B2B, I focus on B2B. And Microsoft did good, and Amazon, they did good, right? But going forward, they couldn't give the good guidance because of the uncertainty of the macro, and macro is impacted by the tariffs and the rates, of course. They're all sort of, it's a big sort of ball of complexity, if you will. Markets are a little bit, I think, uncertain about everything.
Yeah, and when we take a step back and look at these key names, especially when we're talking about those Mag 4 within the 7, in terms of CapEx and spending, that does continue. But overnight, we did see Google shares get hammered, and this did come on concerns about Apple integrating AI into its search. So what do you make of that?
Yeah, I think it's overreaction, to be honest with you, because we use, of course, search on iOS, right? So that's the fear. But most people who have iPhones, like people like me, they use PC for coding and for all other business, and they don't use Mac. And I mean, I think we have to go by the Mac share, not the iOS, because half of the searches we do are from, about half I think, are from the PCs, and it's not all search that all searches are done from mobile only, right? So that's mobile only sort of fear. I think hopefully the market will correct that. Yeah.
And for our viewing audience, they're probably at the nation's airport gates watching right now. So they've heard about Gen AI as well as quantum computing. But when it comes to the enterprise level, what do they need to keep in mind?
Yeah, basically picking up the use cases, like what use cases or what requirements you throw at it, or how do you apply it, that goes a long way. If you pick the wrong use cases and or a wrong partner to work with, in this case partner can be your vendor as well as vendor and partner, so that I think those couple of things go a long way. And then from the technology side, you have to sort of pick at high level, are you going with open source models, or are you going with proprietary models from one vendor? So there's, OpenAI, trying to push with Microsoft, which they're disjoining as we speak, actually. And then we have Amazon giving their own native models. I just came from IBM's event, and they have their own native model, Granite, and so does which already covered Microsoft. So yeah, all these hyperscalers have their native models, as well as they let you pick any model from the model marketplaces. On top of that, they have their own model marketplace. It's a very noisy market, to be honest with you. And there are agent marketplaces that are being put into place, and I think the dust will settle in the next 6 months or so, and then we'll start maturing these platforms for next 3 to 5 years.
And of course, when it comes to people out there who are watching this and they're wondering about the implications, what does this all mean for the American worker?
Yeah, I think there's always like fear of people losing jobs, right? Some people will lose jobs, but more people will get newer jobs, and we are always afraid of technology. Whenever something new comes up, like I bet when the lever came, or when the fire was invented, or when the wheel was invented, people say, "How will we do this stuff? Like, what will people do now?" Because now things can be moving faster. And then the wheel came, and then there were no brakes on the wheel, right? And then we invented that, and then that's how humanity progresses, I believe. So yes, people will be displaced. The key is to stay relevant by getting educated. Actually, I mean, this is the time and age where you have to constantly learn while you're working. So my main advice to all the workers in any industry is that stay up to date on what's happening around you. And you can't be just you went to school and now you're working and now you're done there.
Okay, Sarbjeet, well, we will have to leave it there, but I look forward to continuing this conversation. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.